Hey YouTube, this is the Art of Prepping. Just looking at various ways to secure maybe weapons or maybe other valuables, either in your home or in your car, and or even when you're traveling. You may be in a hotel and you want to go out to eat, and you don't want to bring all your valuables with you, and you just want to secure them. So before you go on vacation, or before you leave your home, or before you leave your car, you tether it with a security cable. Is that a good choice? And what we find here is that there's a lots of different types of security cables. Um, this is probably one of the thinnest that are out there. There are much heavier ones. There's braided wires. Um, I think what you're going to find here is that these can be easily compromised because they're just basic wire. They're not hardened wire, and you can easily just take most multi-tools or wire snippers can easily overcome these. In terms of these, this is a Project Safe Child or Child Safe, crappy lock here. Both of these are just Chinese deals. Has this, I'm assuming, some kind of aluminum shell over some wire, and they say that it's snip proof and all this, and it's not. It can be easily overcome with shears. Some multi-tools can overcome it. And at the very minimum, I mean, any type of bolt cutter can cut this open. So not to even mention that you can pick these locks like you wouldn't believe. And as I've done a previous video, a very short discussion about Brinks and Master Lock being so crappy that they can be picked as well fairly easily. And to the amateur lock picker though, or thief, I'm sorry, to the average thief, these types of locks are going to be may intimidate you and may make you stop in your tracks, but most people aren't concerned about the security that they give because they don't hardly give any. So what are the better options? Well, the better options is to get an actual security grade padlock, as we've spoken about before, a decent quality Abus padlock, Sobo, or Abloy padlocks. Those are the way to go. And there's really other ones too, but those are typically the better ones for the money. In terms of the actual means of connecting your valuables when you're traveling in your car or at home, I would say a good security rated chain. A chain's much better than a cable. If you have to get a cable because you have to have that particular flexibility or that's just what you're into, get the largest. They have some 1/2 inch that are pretty decent, but just remember it's just braided wire and or braided steel cable. And while it may not be the easiest thing to cut, with bolt cutters, they can work on that after a few minutes, and it'll be compromised. So if you have some very good hard tempered steel, some good heavy carbon steel, that'll be much more difficult to overcome, and that's what I would do. Chain. So just a few thoughts, especially if you're trying to secure, a perimeter fence gate. Or something to protect high valuables in a barn or garage or shed, or even a redundancy to maybe you have a security gate on your home or some other type of hurricane shutters that you want to reinforce its closure and you want to lock it up for whatever reason. I would spend the extra few dollars. This was just given away for free at a local event. This cable came with another device for free. You get what you pay for. And these are just, once again, illusions of security and safety. They don't really provide anything. Maybe if you don't have any tools and you just have your bare hands, it's going to be a pain in the ass to overcome these. Yes, but most people have a basic multi-tool. Most people have accessible to them a hammer or a screwdriver, in some, even a small bolt cutter that you can get for just a few dollars in most places. So just a security-minded video that these so-called safety locks and, these cable locks and even a lot of the padlocks, especially at Walmart, are not really that secure at all, and they're not advised. And there's no reason to use something unless you just have no money and there's no other options. Which in most people's cases, you have at least some option. If this is all you can afford, and you just need a lock on your shed right now, and you got to get that padlock that's cheesy, it's like a $5 Brinks or Master Lock, then I guess go ahead and just pray that nothing happens. But in the meantime, start saving up for a better one and then replace that one. Because there's no reason to, in this day and age, not to get something of better quality. And I really didn't understand that for many years. It was only until about maybe 10 so years ago that I really was realizing, especially watching YouTube, you see people compromising master locks like they're just nothing. I mean, it's just. And then when I found out, how easy it was, I was just, it was more than shocking. I was really let down because, you have these industries, these big lock companies that act like that they're so high security, and it's just pathetic, So the standards are, for some companies, are very low. And they don't have your back either, in terms of what's best for you as the consumer. They just want to sell some of the most locks for the cheapest price and the most profit. And thanks again for watching and all your support. If you have any ideas or anything to add about these cable locks or padlocks, feel free to put them in the comment section below. Thanks for subscribing and hitting the like button and telling friends and family. I would love to increase my subscribership. I'm a new channel, and we're just trying to get a lot of videos out in a quick amount of time, covering a lot of different types of information so that we can get the most broad population of interest. And then over time, we like to narrow it down into the types of topics that you guys want to hear. And if you have any comments or any thoughts about videos in the future that you would like to see, let me know. I'll try to make them happen. Thanks again, and we'll catch you real soon.